Good Sunday morning. This is hashtag everyone talking about hashtag everything. I'm Kate Doherty with the Radical Ryan, the Magnificent Mac, the Practically Perfect Penny. Lovely Laura has left the building, but the rest of us are all here. We're excited. It's a Sunday. It's going to be a beautiful day, and we are getting ready for the crab boil. Nice. That's what we are doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, I do have some other announcements. I'm pleased to announce that we have raised $120,000 for the Adrian family.
Yay! Big.
We have, we have funded the first 2 years of Reese's treatments. That's phenomenal, amazing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, want to kind of just do a huge kudo to everybody who donated that campaign.
Was that the goal we wanted?
The goal was $60,000 by March.
So twice it already.
Yeah, we thought it would take us 2 years to raise that money, and we did it in less than a month from Rhinestones and Rodeo. So that's a God thing.
Everyone.
Yeah. You all are awesome.
I think, it's a we thing, not just a we sitting here in this room. No. It's the we as far as everybody in the community and whatever other communities they come from.
Yeah. And we will continue. To leave the link open on our website for potential future costs. But the actual full-on campaign was fully funded, and we're very excited to announce that and share that. And the family's thrilled because Reese will actually get to start. They will be able to start the process a whole month sooner than what we had visualized, and it makes a big difference. So very exciting. I'm hoping we'll keep updating on that. But I got 70 other families, man. 70 other families. I got to get to a lot of different places all around the country and the world. And one of the ways that you can help with that is by coming to the shrimp boil and the all-you-can-eat crab leg and shrimp boil on March 13th. It's going to be at the Ambiance. Yes, that is Friday the 13th. Tickets are available up at downcountry.com.
That's right.
Again, up at downcountry.com. It is $60 a ticket.
Yep.
Somebody called and wanted to know about kids. And the answer is if the child takes a seat, then it is $60. Mm-hmm. If the child does not take a seat, like they're going to be a lap baby or a lap child, then they aren't taking a seat. But we do have limited seating, so we do wish to be sold out. That is the plan and the goal with this. And we are super excited because we've got the Wyatt Tooley Band and the Roller Dogs that will be playing. Like, the way this is going to work, Penny, it's like the polar opposite of Rhinestones.
Okay.
Mac, get this polar opposite of Rhinestones.
Which means...
Yep. Absolutely. Rhinestones and rodeos, bling and bring and all that good stuff.
Said I'd elevate the mood
a
little bit.
This is blue jean cowboy hat.
You got it. This is blue jean cowboy hat. You come ready to throw down and eat some good grub. That's what this is. And it's all you can eat crab legs, and then you have the shrimp boil. And just so you know, we are having the spicy side and we're having the non-spicy side. So that way we're hopefully pleasing to everyone because I'm kind of spicy. Mac, are you spicy?
Depends what it is.
Depends what it is. I'm a spicy kind of girl. Ryan, are you spicy?
No.
I saw this coming. Okay, so for example, old Ryan, the Mooma man, when he gets there, he's going to go to the non-spicy side, and I'll be over on my spicy side, and we're both going to be very happy.
Yes.
Right.
And in case you have someone who does not like crab legs and shrimp boil with the sausage and the potatoes and the corn and all that yummy stuff, we also have whole hog there as well. So you'll have pulled pork sandwiches that will be amazing. So you will have lots of food. And there's going to be cornbread, is my understanding as well. And it's a cash bar.
Easy.
Nice.
So it should be a ton of fun. It's very different. We will have World Down Syndrome Day socks for sale. Very excited about that. We'll have some Jared's Jams there. We'll have a special announcement we're making that night. Anyway, but we also have big news, which I can go on ahead and announce.
What are World Down Syndrome socks?
So at World Down Syndrome Day, they encourage people to wear crazy socks. They encourage people to wear crazy socks because they think socks look like that extra chromosome, like because it's kind of like a visual representation.
Yep.
So that's why they have them wear crazy socks. And if you don't know, World Down Syndrome Day is March 21st. So
Why is it March 21st?
because of the 21st chromosome, which is where trisomy 21 resides, known as Down syndrome. So look at you with all you're on spot this morning.
Some might say she's on spicy.
I am spicy. I was going to ask. I like spicy both literally and figuratively.
Oh, there it is.
Good.
Penny,
I like it.
Penny she is practically perfect in every way.
That's right.
And she might be small, but she is mighty. And I can see that she would be spicy. You don't get a nickname like Grumsy Mumsy without being a little spicy.
Very true.
That is
Very
the way
true.
that
That's good.
works.
That's good.
We know
That's
it's true.
That's true, but Grumsy did not stick. Hallelujah.
Oh, I like
I'm just
Grumsy.
like Mumsy. I'm just Mumsy.
You're just
Mumsy.
Mumsy?
Mumsy, yeah.
You will always and forever be Grumsy Mumsy
I know,
to me.
to you.
I like
no,
it.
I'm
Just Mumsy?
Just Mumsy for the grandchild.
That's
Yes.
right.
Although my children do call me Mumsy. They have started to call me. I think it's just kind of becoming something.
Well,
so.
you have to call, like my mom was always Mom, and now I call her Gigi because that's what the kids call her. So, I mean,
It just kind of
You have to
sticks.
adapt.
I mean, like, it just kind of changes with the children, I believe.
Yes, it does.
Yes, but anyway, yes. So yes, I do like spicy and back to crab oil. Sorry,
Good. Well,
swing that back for you.
yeah. Okay. Well, it's good. The crab oil's good, but we also kind of have. So we have some exciting things that are going on at Downcountry, and one involves our address is in Taylor, Missouri, and that will be forever where we reside. We will always reside there. However, last year we had an opportunity to get a space over here in Quincy by which we could hold meetings and do some different things. And it was the old Roy Bennett Furniture Building. And we were really excited to have this space and very grateful and appreciative for the year that we had it. However, as time changed and things move on or alter or whatever, there's different plans. And so we are moving that space. It was a total God thing. We happened to have a friend of Downcountry who happens to own a building right here on 100 North 5th. And so Downcountry is going to have that space for our meetings and for our World Down Syndrome Day parties. And we're really excited. If you aren't familiar with it, we'll be right there on the corner of 5th and Main. It's right next to Shookings. It was the old music store and it was the old thrift shop.
Yeah.
And so Downcountry will be going in there, but Downcountry's going in there not just as a Downcountry shop. We'll have Jared's Jams for sale there and their coffees. We'll have Dancer Love Foundation merch there. We'll have Downcountry merchandise there. And we'll have other things, product made and created and by people with disabilities who own businesses in the tri-state area. So we're really excited about this and to be able to, we're planning to reboot the I Speak speaker series by which we bring speakers in.
Nice.
We're excited because a lot of our artwork that we have that currently people can't see because we don't have it will be on display at the new location. We'll have a place where we can meet families, and it's a place that we can bring parent, teacher, therapist, community member, and medical professionals all together. So we're really excited, and we signed the lease for 5 years, so they're stuck with us.
Wonderful.
So yeah,
Duck with us.
stuck with us. So
Wonderful.
World Down Syndrome Day, you can mark that on your calendars that you got something a little. Come to the crab boil on the 13th, get all full up, and then on World Down Syndrome Day, come on in and check out the new location.
I think it's nice because, again, it gives you, you have space now, but more of a central location to be like, hey, this is where we're at. It has more of that storefront kind of feel to it. And like you said, with the ability to showcase, different things, the Jared's Jams and things like that, and products along those lines. You didn't have that opportunity with other spaces that you've had in the past.
Yeah.
Well,
and
this just opens that door.
I'm excited because one of the other things that we'll be able to do is allow many of you may or may not know, a lot of high school students are able to what they call flex. And that's where they can go and get jobs or on-job training, or they intern or different things. And so one of the things that we're hoping is that this can also be a space by which we can provide that from our students with special needs. and or typical students as well, but we're just going to it's going to be an evolution as we start a revolution.
That's right.
Don't
wow,
you like
there we
it?
go.
Yes.
The down country positive revolution. I know, all the things. Anyway, for now, this is hashtag everyone talking about hashtag everything. We'll be right back. Good Sunday morning. This is hashtag everyone talking about hashtag everything. I'm Kate Doherty here with the Radical Ryan, my magnificent Mac, and the Practically Perfect Penny. And we've been talking about World Down Syndrome Day. We've been talking about the crab leg and shrimp boil. We've been talking about the new location. However, right now I'm going to pivot.
Oh, pivot.
And Mac has no idea I'm going to pivot here.
Let's pivot.
But I recently, so Mac,
Yeah.
it's been your first year of college.
Yes.
What have been the most shocking things to you about your first year in college?
So you know how high school teachers say that won't fly in college? Mm-hmm. Professors, they make it fly. Literally. Like, I've gotten a couple of extensions. Mm-hmm. And also, it's not as hard as they say it is.
Really?
It's not.
You don't? Are you certain that's not just because you are in the top 10% of intellect? I mean,
Just say
really
yes.
know.
Just say, you just
I mean,
own that spot.
with all due respect, you are the. Years ago, I said I should have changed Down Country and called it the 10% Club instead of Down Country, because reality speaking, you have 10%. 80% of us are just kind of mulling around, hanging out in the middle. Like you can kind of toss us against the wall and we're going to be just fine.
That's right.
And then you got the 10% of Max and you got the 10% of Elliot's, and they need a little bit more, what's the word I want? You need a little bit more challenge academically, Mac Keyholtz would be the way I describe that. I do. So, do you think? Might be. For the average bear, like somebody, me, who falls in the 80%. College
Depends
might
what
be
you
a
do.
little harder.
Depends what you do for the degree.
Oh, could be. That's look at you being all equitable.
I got a fairly, I don't want to say communications is easy. It's just, what's
It's
easy
easy
right
for
now is-
you.
What's easy right now is that I'm going through John Woods Community College and I'm just doing all my gen eds right now. So,
Get them out of the way.
yeah.
Well, I guess that's a kudos to your school system for preparing you well
Yeah.
for those gen eds then.
Oh.
And I kind of got that little pitch in there.
Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Very
So,
nicely
so
done.
Mac, are you enjoying college?
Yeah, it's nice. It's good. Yeah. They actually treat you like an adult. I was
Well,
18 in high school and I was treated the exact same way as they were treating 14-year-olds that I was sharing the building with. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way
Now you're an adult.
because
You get to make the adult decisions.
I technically am an adult.
That's right.
I think that is valid. I think that's something that I actually think, Mac. Okay, we're going to go out on a limb here.
Okay.
I
Let's
go
think
on a
we
limb.
I love going
have.
on limbs.
I think we've done a disservice to our youth of today. And I say this as somebody who's 52 years old. So, like, when I
You're
was
still in the youth of today. You look great.
Oh, see, this is why I love that guy.
Oh, okay.
So
Calm
no,
down over
I
there, Mac.
think we've done a disservice, and I believe we're actively beginning to work to correct it. For example, with the flex hours and things like that. But it used to be like when you were 16. Actually, when you were 13 is when I got my first job, and businesses could hire 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds. I mean, you can't be hired, or I mean, exception, very rare cases, to work in a kitchen until you're 18. Like. There are dishwashers. I could go to the paper. I could go to the help wanted ad. Do you realize how many businesses need dishwashers right now?
Guaranteed.
And you cannot hire a 16-year-old because insurance won't cover it.
Right.
We have essentially created a situation by which it's very hard. Like Mac is correct. These young men and women are 18. That means they can buy a house. That means they can enlist in the military service. It means they can do many, many, many things. And yet we are saying, but you can't do that. I mean, and you can't do that, and you can't do that. And I'm a big proponent. I feel like somewhere between, child labor laws and there is a happy medium here. I'm not saying a kid needs to be working 80 hours a week in addition to going to school, but I am saying that finding different ways for them to be able, to Mac's point, be able to learn. Being a grown-up is not, there's not a manual on how to be a good grown-up. But I do believe if you're lucky enough to have people in your life who encourage you to take some of those learning steps, i.e. like while you're in high school, because Mac, you've had a job since you were 16, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's taught me quite a bit. It's been good to earn my own money. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean,
loved
'cause
it
you
so
have
far.
to learn job management. You have to learn all these different things. And even so, like when I was in school, you had economics classes. Right. That's not something, I don't think that's even a course that's offered in it. If I'm wrong and you're listening to the show and you know somebody and who's in a high school class and they're taking an economics class, let me know, because I'd love to give the school district a shout out and say kudos. But my understanding is basically you have these classes called personal finance, which I think most of the kids can't even get in until their junior or senior year, based because
It's senior year.
Is it
you
senior
gotta
year?
pass it.
Okay,
Senior
well,
year.
but if you're getting your first job at 16,
Yeah.
and with all due respect, again, it's very few jobs that are available. So now you have this workforce that's really competing. At your very entry level job, when you should just be gaining experience, you're already competing against every other kid out there for this work experience. And I know some people would say, well, yeah, but the kids are doing sports now. But not every kid is doing sports now. You know what I mean? And not every kid.
I stopped sports when I was 16. It's just, aside from trap shooting, I just didn't want to do them anymore. So aside from trap shooting, my job was one of the big things I did outside of school.
Mm-hmm. But I think at the same time, I think there are kids who do a job. They might not be doing it, 12 hours a week. They could be doing it 4 or 5 hours a week, and they're still playing sports. I think it's all about the approach. I mean, I think it's some of what you're saying and what Mac is saying. Are there some institutions, I'm not saying everybody's doing this, are there some institutions that are holding kids back?
Yes.
Versus accommodating to what they need. And it's not just the 10%. It could be the 80%.
Oh, in this case, it's I think it's equitable across the board.
What works for that kid? What does that kid need? And helping to be accommodating to that, because maybe they do need to learn more outside of the classroom by learning how to manage their time, their money,
Well, and this has become even a conversation right here. And WGM actually just did a story on the gentleman who owns 8 Open and Atlas Slice, the situation he's going through with his young son, because it's a family-owned business. And the situation that our bureaucracy has created, if you're a farm kid, you kind of grow up working a little bit more. You know what I mean? You just do. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of the way it is, and you roll with it. But there are other, I know 25 years ago when I first started teaching, I had a student who was able to work in his dad's mechanic shop. Now, he wasn't, doing anything dangerous, but he was able to work there. Most kids today, you can't get a job in a mechanic shop until you're 18 because insurance will not cover that. And are there exceptions to all these rules? Well, yeah, I'm sure you can find me one or two, but it's not the way it used to be where you could pay a kid to wash trucks in a mechanic shop because nope, you can't be hired unless you're 18. And those are just hard and fast policies. So I do think we've done some of these things that hinder our kids learning really valuable job skills like money management. And it's not that you can't play sports and work a job, because there are lots of kids who do that. I just guess I would like to see us open up some of those doors that we've really shut, where they can learn some of those things. I think washing dishes in a kitchen is a great way to start learning a restaurant business. Yeah. I think working a cash register, like the gentleman's son has been doing, that kind of has started this whole controversy, and kudos for them introducing a bill to try and get some of that changed here in the state of Illinois, because that is really valuable to learn how to work a cash register.
And I think it goes back to a lot of the different things we've talked about before. Again, I know it sometimes in some cases is, I use the word difficult, but difficult because in Mac's situation, as he brought up, he's like, I was being treated a certain way. I think that what he said is different than what you're saying in the scheme of, well, you're also, that's the school rules, that's what you have to follow. Yes, you're in an age group that is 18 to 15-year-olds.
I would say 18 to 25 is a really weird age range.
It's a very odd, weird age range. But that's the point from Mac's perspective, from a school perspective. But to your point there, Kate, it's we have a tendency to try to say one size fits all. We have a tendency to sit there and say that like this is the path we're going to go, and it's not necessarily a school issue. It's not necessarily a whatever, because again, to go along the lines of like the economics class, well, you have to have a teacher that's going to go ahead and teach that. You have to have, you know, the resources that can be brought into that school to teach it to the amount of students that are outside of just the senior class.
Well, so
or whatever.
economics used to be a core required curriculum. Like,
Right.
I mean, like you had to take it.
Right.
And then they did away with it, you know, and then I think it was a really valuable class. Not my favorite class by any sense in the trust me. My dad's actually probably laughing right now going, I know it wasn't your favorite class. But I mean, it wasn't. But when I think about some of the things, law and supply and demand, and then I see different things that people have questions or concerns about,
Yeah.
I do think these things are very valuable. And I think for me, it's just about how can we best create pathways for #EveryChild.
That's right.
And I do think some of our rules and regulations have gotten confusing, and we need to be more open to looking at them and solutions so that we can offer more opportunities to every child.
Fair.
For now, this is #everyone talking about #everything. Good Sunday morning. This is #everyone talking about #everything.
That's right.
I'm with the Radical Ryan, the Magnificent Mac, the Practically Perfect Penny, and I'm Kate Doherty.
That's right.
So, anywho, we have already talked on this show about congratulating everybody for raising the funds for the Adrian family.
Big.
We have talked about the crab leg shrimp boil. You can get tickets up at downcountry.com. Again, up at downcountry.com for March 13th. We have talked about World Down Syndrome Day, which is on March 21st. That is free and open to the public and will be held at 100 North Main 5th. What? I got to look up the address there. It's my new address,
What'd you
guys.
say?
Like,
100
Yeah.
100 North
North
5th.
Fifth
100 North
Street.
5th.
Yeah.
Woo,
Something
there we
like
go.
that. Yeah.
100 North
Fifth.
5th. I got
What number
there.
are we going to go with?
We have talked about Mac and his high school college experience.
That's
we have
right.
talked
Yep.
about the 10% Club. We have talked about recently ways to hopefully help kids gain some more job work experience so that it can maybe be better for #everyone. I will tell you, did I share on the last show all the different conferences that we were sending people to?
You have mentioned it, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I cannot tell you, as we get ready to start booking for the National Down Syndrome Congress, we have got so many cool things coming up.
Nice.
The MNRI conference that these ladies were at, I do believe we're going to be able to bring that training here to the tri-state area. And it's super exciting. And just the information that they're beginning to bring back on ways we can help little people, like kids your age,
Yep.
Ryan, with their fine motor skills. That what people don't understand, like your kids color and play with crayons and if we don't get little people's little hands and fingers working when they're your girl's age, like it's harder for them to develop. We've got to get these little digits working and squeezing and building. Like that's how you grow muscles. Playing with Play-Doh is really important. Playing, quite frankly, in squishy dirt and squishy mud. I mean, all those different
Hopping on one
things.
foot.
Yeah,
Are they learning that?
Yes.
Nice.
Ah.
Do they ask you to do it too? Sorry.
Oh
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. It's just a
Oh
cute
yeah.
thing.
We
Okay.
do. Not to cut you off, Kate,
Sorry,
but you're
sorry.
dead on. It's one of those deals where like some of these things that because we've gone to like the preschool screenings and all of that stuff, and they take you through like here they should be doing X, Y, and Z. Some of the stuff, and I think we've talked about this before. Some of the stuff, I'm like, what is that? What do you mean? Like, what? Like, okay, they didn't hop on one foot. Cool. Like, what does that have to do with anything? But you read more into it. It does so much, and it was mind blowing.
So if you're listening to the show, I'm sitting here looking at Ryan, and I'm pointing to the
Yeah.
right side of my head and the left side of my head because it has to do with how your right brain and your left brain integrate.
Yep.
So on the screenings, one of the things that they have you do is you twiddle your thumbs. One of the things you have to independently rotate your thumbs, and then one of the other things that you do, and it's so interesting because this is is one of the ways you can kind of tell if the child's brain is neurologically kind of ready for some of those more phonetic pre-reading skills. And that is if you touch your fingertips, like you take your index finger to your thumb, your middle finger to your thumb, your ring finger to your thumb, and then your pinky finger to your thumb. Okay? And if
I'm
you
ready for
and then
preschool.
you do right hand and
Yeah.
you do left hand. And then you work to get them both together and you do that. But what that's doing is it's helping like right brain, left brain. And it's amazing to me because I will screen little kids that are 3 and maybe they can't do it at all. And then, man, boom, they hit 4 or
Yeah, it
by
just
5, like
happens.
boom, boom, boom. And you can just watch it. It's super cool. But it's
Yeah.
the same thing. There was a teacher who used to have their kids crawl.
Oh.
And you can say, well, why? These kids can walk. Why are you having them crawl? Well, because it has to do with
Really?
the way your brain integrates. And essentially, your physical movement, it assists in your neurological development in ways that will help you perform your language and your math skills. So I
Yeah.
personally geek out over this. I know Penny does too.
What are some other ones? Because now I want to feel like I'm ready for preschool. Do you have
Well, I mean, again, galloping, skipping and
Oh.
galloping. Nobody has their kids skip and gallop anymore. Those are really important. The physical movements that, quite frankly, we used to really integrate. I can't explain to you how important
Yeah.
those things are. And even I'd encourage. Do you have Play-Doh scissors for your kids?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Play-Doh
Oh, yeah.
scissors. If you have grandbabies, Play-Doh scissors, and they have scissors that don't cut hair. 'Cause I know that's. I mean, I have so
Thank
many
God.
parents who won't let their kids, use scissors, and I cannot describe to you how really important it is. And you think about those. You don't think like, well, if you're a grown up, you're like, oh, I just use scissors, right?
Right.
Mac,
Right.
you don't think about like, I just go grab
Whatever.
the scissors, I
Yeah.
use them. However, it's so important because if you think about when you use a scissor, like what a different and even pincers, all those different things, and it all has to do with the way your brain integrates
Oh, and what
these
did you
things.
call- I'm sorry.
Tweezers,
what-
pincers.
Pincers,
It's because I hang around 3 and 4 year olds.
right.
I hang around 3 and
Pencils?
4 year olds.
Well, I don't know. That's what.
Pincers.
Yeah.
Tweezers are pincers. If you're
Pincers.
if you're a little kid, pincers. I heard it, and I've
I've
never
never
been
heard
able.
that.
You just
do you
keep
did
saying
you
it. I
ever have a
like
little
it.
kid in your practice say something, and then like it suddenly became the word for you?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, tweezers are no longer tweezers for me. They are pincers.
That's so cute.
Pincers.
But I think even that could be started at a very, very young age
Yeah.
because with the little guy, our little grandson, my daughter had him when he was just a tiny little baby down on the floor, and she would take his right hand to his left arm and do the opposite, and that just helps to make that brain
Crossing
start
your center line. Huge.
connecting, and it was just at a small tiny age where they're not mobile, they're just very much dependent on you transporting them everywhere,
It's
and
just the little things to kind of
That-
get them going.
just
with
to
it.
get
So,
the
well,
brain
you-
firing and connecting and communicating to the right and left side.
I mean, the
and-
windmills, that you the exercise
Yeah.
where you do right over left, you take your right. Like, and even I actually, I'm sure some people are going to be like, no, but I love the Danny Go stuff because
I
the kids.
love Danny Go.
Well, but they're, okay,
Oh,
so
Danny Go,
everything.
yeah.
everything-
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That guy.
and then they have like the lava where the kids are hopping, and you have to,
Yes,
the lava.
yes.
Well, they're
Love it.
hopping, they're jumping, they're dancing, they're crossing their center line.
Yes.
Like, and the kids are having a
And
blast
they
doing
have
it.
no idea what they're doing.
No, and
other
they're
than they're doing what
Well, speak-
They're
What's
having
fun?
fun.
They're
They're
having
having
fun.
fun.
And that, Mac, I love that. So here's the deal with kids. Everybody wants to think like structured school. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, boom, you're at a desk. Kids learn through play. Like,
Yeah.
they need to be dirty. They need to play. They need to be in Play-Doh. They need to be Dana-going, jumping. I mean, do I always want to listen to the whatever hot lava song? No. However, if you want to get kids moving so that their brains are growing, because, I mean, children's brains are fascinating. And the more you expose them,
Yeah.
and I will say, overall, I'm not just talking about kids with special needs, because we all know that I talk a lot about bubble parenting when it comes to that. But all children, hashtag every child, need to be exposed to as many different experiences as you can put them in, because that's how their brains, like, if they don't, there's some neurological thing about, I can't remember like what they don't get by age 5. Like, it sloughs. Your brain takes in things that it really needs, and then it sloughs off the rest. And so it's really, really important to have like your daughter who's having the kids, do the crossing the center lines, or playing outside in the grass, or even like, helping kids, like some kids are terrified. I remember Olivia when she was little was terrified of ants. And you can say, well, just keep her away from ants. Well,
No.
that was not what we did. You know what I mean? Like that was not what we
Not
did.
dangerous, they're fine. Go towards it. It's
Yeah,
not
I mean, I
dangerous.
didn't, you know what I mean? Like, lady, you know, butterflies. I remember one time we took Elliot into a butterfly garden, and oh my goodness, he freaked out. And everybody's like, oh, well, you're going to, like, it will be fine. Give us about 5 minutes, and we'll breathe through this. And then we went on ahead.
See,
and
But
go
you're
ahead,
at
yeah.
the same time, what you're doing is you're teaching coping skills.
Right.
Okay, by doing that, but also you're expanding the brain. And I would clarify. I think, yes, there's a magical age where research says up to 5, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, I agree. But at the same time, I don't think we need to be in that box. The
No, no.
reality is, if you're 80 years old, good gosh, I hope you're still learning. If you're 60, I hope you're still picking up a book and learning. I hope you're getting on some sort of way of educating yourself, because your brain is constantly growing and maturing and understanding and learning and
Absolutely. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, so I'll let you know. I mean, Ryan, what are you going to be when you grow up?
I have no idea.
Well, you love what you do.
What about you, Mac? What are you going to be?
He's
when you
going to be
grow
the
up?
next Ryan Muma.
There
Oh,
you
there it is. That's right.
Uh,
What do you want to do, Mr.
Actually,
Mac?
broadcasting.
There it is.
Nice.
Howard Cosell right over here. I'm telling you, I
Nice.
called
You got
it.
a good voice for it.
Anyway, so okay, guys, please get your tickets to the the crab leg and shrimp boil, March 13th. www.upatdowncountry.com. We hope you enjoyed today's show. We've got so many exciting things coming up, and we really need your help.
right.
All right, God bless. Have a great Sunday.